to these times. The year 68 AD. Change has come to Rome. Having been deposed by the Senate and abandoned by his followers Nero, Drusus, Germanicus, Cassius, Clacus is dead. He committed suicide and thus brings an end to the Julio-Claudian dynasty. A new emperor has arisen, having been backed by the Praetorian Guard and backed by the armies to the north. One Servius Galba!
Hail Galba!
He's the new emperor of Rome. But mind you all, know this. Words that you are about to hear this evening that come from our mouth, they have not been set to mind by text or memorized. All words are of the moment. In other words, improvisatum. Improvised all. And with that, let us begin our story. We find one Orontius Celati, head of the Praetorian Guard. He escorts one Narcissa Prima to her home after she seemed to have lost her mind in the presence of the Emperor Galba. She's taken to her home by this man. She's met there by her daughter Amelia Drima.
I don't know what happened to me. There I was. I was being horrible to Galba. What came over me? Oh, Grossdana was dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry,
I
Daddy.
think it was the unfiltered wine. Perhaps it was poison.
Oh no, I will get the remedy for poison wine.
Oh,
You must drink blood of a little lamb. I'll be right back.
oh, Grossdana, bless.
In the presence of the Emperor, you must compose yourself.
Oh, Amelia, daughter. How bad was she?
It was a scene. One I hope won't be repeated any time in the near future unless it is for play production.
God, how could you, Mother? How could I what, daughter? You keep forgetting my needs in all of this. Your needs? I could have begged the Emperor, but you're an embarrassing fool. You think you could have gotten anywhere with the Emperor? Oh, daughter, don't you realize what a disappointment you are to me? I should have done away with you long ago. Maybe you should have. Don't you have someone else to me? I think there's somebody that wants to penetrate me. I'll leave you to your own, Mother. I think I'm going to go find myself. I take it that if you have your way with me, nothing will happen to me because of my wrongdoings with the Emperor.
Yes, I'm sure it will all be water under that thing they're building over the water.
He meant to say aqueduct. Know this, that one Flavius Cassiodorus, senator of Rome, had been condemned to be crucified by one Emperor Galba. His wife pleaded, and she was allowed a visitation to him. So we find him now, there, in the dark dungeon outside of the forum, visited by his wife, Lydia.
that you speaking to me in the voice of my wife, Lydia?
Darling!
Oh, do not tease me like that. That voice gives me solace before my crucifixion.
Darling, no!
No, Jupiter, don't tease me that way.
Flavius, it's me!
Ooh, cruel God! You sound as fetching as her shrill tone. Tease me.
Flavius!
What? Darling Lydia!
Oh, yes, How are you, darling?
Better now.
And thus we saw a conjugal visit. But now to the streets of Rome, and there we find one Origenes, a freed Greek, and he comes across one popular with the people, one Publius Licentius, newly appointed senator. The Senate.
Yes, I will take a half talent of pistachios. Yes. No, I'm very hungry. Yes. Just put it in the bowl here. I'll buy the bowl as well. I'm a Greek freedman, you see. I can make my own money now. Yes. Okay, thank you. Oh, well, hello.
Greek, you say?
Yes, Greek. I'm a Greek freedman, Origenes out of Antios. It means the hard, strong man from the mountains.
Huh.
My parents gave me that name. They were from the mountains.
I am Publius Licentius.
Oh yes, your legend is very famous on the streets here of Rome.
Why, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
You know, as a Greek,
Yes.
I bet you know a thing or two about philosophy.
You would be correct, sir. Not only am I Greek, my employ is that of a philosopher and fabulist. I tell fables and I preach philosophy, and I tell fables about philosophy and philosophy about fables.
I fancy myself a student of philosophy.
You don't say. Who have you studied?
The Greeks.
Oh, well, that narrows it down quite a bit.
Yes, but they're intelligent. I don't know about you, but they are intelligent.
The Greeks or the Greek philosophers?
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Say a fish is swimming in uncharted waters.
Okay. A fish is swimming in uncharted waters.
No, don't actually repeat it. Let's just think of it as a hypothetical.
Oh, yes. Okay, I see what you're going now with.
But the ocean floor is rough.
Yes.
What does the fish do? Does he stay low to the rough floor and risk slicing open his belly?
Yes, or?
Or does he swim high?
Suppose the fish will swim where the fish wants to. It's a very big ocean. I mean, how big is this fish that we're talking about? Here's what I would say. The fish would most likely stay away from the bottom because of the rocky crags of the bottom.
Yes. You know,
That's all you needed?
What?
You just, oh, no, please.
The fish swims high. I'm surprised you did not know that. Originates.
Origenes.
I
There's
feel
no-
like
Okay.
I feel like I am that fish.
Not the fish that swims at the bottom. You mean like the fish that swims at the top?
No, Origines.
Origines.
I feel
Okay.
like I am now the fish who once swam at the top and now swimming at the bottom. Close to the sharp rocks. Close to the predators.
Actually, it's a proven fact that the predators swim in the middle of the ocean. You're probably being very smart by swimming at the bottom, as you can probably hide in the rocks and crags, and perhaps the coral there, if it's safe coral, that is. There are sea anemones also that you can hide within. So you're probably hiding in the bottom of the ocean. Because the farther down you swim, you swim.
Fish and other things. Meanwhile, at the villa of the Emperor Servius Galba, we find him there with his wife Lapida Sabina, there with General Aulus Vitellius, there with his advisor Cornelius Laco. They speak of matters that deal with Rome. Finally, Your Majesty, there is the item of Flavius Cassiodorus to be crucified.
Crucified!
My lord, while we all would love to see him crucified, more than once if possible, you must weigh public opinion on this matter.
Aye. The patrician class, they are up in arms at this affront to their own dignity.
I have planted my seed in here. It grows! There will be another Galba!
Yes, and we look forward to that glorious day when your progeny will come forth from her vagina.
And on that day I will hold it up to the gods and I will say, mine!
The vagina? Child.
Child. The vagina is also mine. Yes! I have heard the grumblings of the Senate and of the upper classes. Flavius is to be crucified. Oh, the horror!
Your gloriousness, maybe if there might be some other punishment that might be melted out instead of crucifixion.
Melted out?
Assigned to him.
The new torture we have. Hot lead is applied
Like
to...
hot wax melting?
Yes, and lead.
That would be better than crucifixion.
Servius, do you remember when we went up north and we saw that wonderful fight between the slave and the gladiator? Do you remember?
And the slave was like, no! And the gladiator was like, ah! And the slave was like, ah!
I remember that one. That was a good one.
The slave lost.
Celebration of our new boy that is to come.
Yes! How about this? Flavius must fight for his life in the arena. Is that acceptable? Or is that still not good?
Well, sir, with all due respect, I would have to be the one to fight him.
Oh, I think you can handle it, can't you?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's settled then.
There's a fly in her hair, my lord. I knocked it out with my nose.
Yes! Aulus, you will fight Flavius in the arena, and I decree that this shall happen very soon. Today!
Citizens, friends, know this, that today, at the high sun, Aulus Vitellius shall meet Flavius Cassiodorus in the ring, and a fight to the death. All are invited, all except whores and actors. Meanwhile, we return to the dungeon. There, Lydia and Flavius, for this may be their last moments on earth together.
How grows my child, dear wife?
I feel a quickening.
The gods are kind. Try for a boy, so that our name will live on. Unlike me, crucified like a common Jew. Do I look like a Jew to you? Do I? A dirty Jew? I'm a Roman. I am Rome. I came from Romulus, one of the originals. Now, we struck up on a piece of wood and trash.
Like a slave.
The gods are coming.
Senator,
Yes,
it has been decreed that at the high sun you should be taken out to the forum and with sword in hand meet General Vitalis and fight to the death.
Aulus Vitalis,
The same.
the man I put as head of our army,
The same.
the man who represents Rome.
The same.
The gods are coming.
News. News spread quickly of this event. We go now to the home of Narcissa Prima. She is there with servants and daughter, and one also, Erantius Salati. They hear tell of this news and are welcome.
I see you've nowhere to go, you poor daughter.
I'm getting used to it.
Yes, all will be forgiven and forgotten.
Perhaps I should get in trouble more.
Perhaps you should. Why?
I have news.
Oh, look, do tell.
It had better be good.
At high sun, Flavius Cassiodorus shall meet Aulus Vitellius in a duel to the death.
What?
A doom to the death.
A duel.
I've never seen one of those. How exciting.
Forgive me for taking your leave, but I must to the palace once again to the Emperor, for I fear that there is foul things afoot.
How are you going to know? Don't come back and penetrate me. I like the bow. Daughter, here come. What is this duel? Let's go.
We return to the Emperor's villa. He is there, alone. We now go to the camp of Aulus Vitalis as he prepares to fight to the death. He is there with one of his aides.
Hello, aide. I know not what to do. I'm sad, for I am built to kill, and yet today I cannot.
Honor bounds you to follow through. You would lose honor if you did not fight bravely.
No, it just fills my soul with dread to have to kill such a good man as Flavius.
Of course, another option would be that you would allow him to take your life.
Please,
Aulus.
pleasure to see you again, my friend.
And you. I have heard.
You have heard.
I have heard.
I heard too. And now I do not know what to do.
You cannot do this.
I know, but he says I must, or be killed myself.
It is the Emperor's wish.
This
My aide.
He is a senator. The emperor was wrong. I'm sorry. But he was wrong to crucify him. It is against Roman morality.
I'm sure we all realize that.
Well, it is wrong. Now, if one of the most beloved of our centurions
It sounded important.
now, if one of our beloved centurions just killed the public goes wild.
Obviously, this is a ploy by the Emperor to pit allies against each other. It's obvious to all. Is it not?
Quite obvious.
I have learned something today. If a fish swims low,
Meanwhile, Orontius Salate makes his way to the villa of the Emperor. He finds not the Emperor, but his wife first.
Herr Galba.
Yes?
Yes, I didn't expect to see you here.
You're usually much quieter when you come in.
Oh, yes, I was not on my stealthiest of guard, for I have heard news. News of Aulus Vitalis, the same Aulus Vitalis who I have recently smelled of, and he smelled of the same beauty that you do. And I am not one to call Aulus Vitalis one of a beauty-smelling type. But you look at me, I can think of nothing but the gods smiling upon me, for here it is,
Stop!
my...
My child is none of your concern.
Yes, my child, though, is all of my concern.
Stop right there! My child is the child of Rome, the son of the emperor, and nothing to do with you. Do not ever come into my place and begin to assume that you know anything about what's happening with me or my family.
Of course. 1,000 pardons.
Thank you. I realize our relationship has become difficult. So I will do you a favor, and I will never call upon you again.
But Please do. Please call upon me again. It is the reason you are in this house, the reason that I have been assigned to watch over this home of Galba, this new home of Rome, is because the Praetorian Guard have assigned their allegiance to the same Galba. And for why? For why? So that I may be near the closest thing to Venus herself. Why, the day I saw you, I thought it an apparition of the gods sent before me. Yet Lepida Sabina is as real as anything I have ever sensed in my life. And it is for that purpose, and that purpose alone, that you find yourself and your family here in this home. You asked me to do away with Isolus, and Isolus is done away with. You ask me anything, and I do it. But this, you casting me out, that will not be tolerated. I brought you here. Don't make me escort you away. Or you!
Idle threats, we shall see. But what of the plebeians? What do they think of this order? We go to one kitchen in a household. We see Boudica and other slaves. They are abuzz of the news of Flavius's impending doom.
Boudica, have you heard the news?
Yes, the Emperor has gone mad.
Oh yes, we knew this, but he has decided that now your Dominus must fight till he die.
What?
Yes.
Is there any way that we can possibly save him? There's no way.
Well, he must fight against Aulus Vitalis, so probably he will die.
He'll die.
Aulus Vitalis won't kill him. They're friends. It can't be done.
He is a soldier. His job is to kill people.
I'm going to pray to that new god that they were telling of us, that Christ. Never mind the gods, the Juno, the Jupiter. They haven't done anything for us. I'm going to pray to the new god and see what he does for us.
The one whose name you cannot say.
That's why I didn't say it.
Boudica, does this mean we are not going to go to see the fight?
Oh, we're going to see the fight. Oh, we're going to see the fight, all right. Let us off. I know of some underground tunnels underneath the Colosseum that maybe we could hide ourselves. Flavius might be evil in some points, but the streets of Rome are so wicked that we need to do something to keep one good man in the Senate. Publius. Publius has now been elected.
Yes,
Publius.
he will help us.
Publius is a man of the people. He came from us. He should know our plight. Maybe we should go to him and ask for help from him.
This is a very good idea.
This is a good idea. Go to Publius.
Publius!
Publius.
Off to putting out the fire.
Meanwhile, in the house of Prima, they prepare for the festivities of this day.
Grosdana. Oh, it's you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I have lots of slaves.
I needed to get another knife. Now I have two.
Well, what are you doing with two knives?
In case I must to sacrifice, quickly. I must have two.
I'll take one of them.
Yes, mistress.
I want one.
Yes.
No, you don't have any. Slaves. Privacy for me and my mother.
Ooh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, mistress.
So, daughter, you want to talk to me?
Do, Mother. I'm afraid I don't fit your mold, Mother. I'm afraid I don't fit my place at all here, Mother. I don't think I meet the needs of a patrician life.
And what do you see yourself doing?
I see myself a soldier, Mother.
A soldier? You a soldier?
I see myself running off to Gaul and being some sort of a spy.
A spy? A soldier and a spy?
I don't like children, Mother. I don't like children, and I don't like marriage, and I don't like this petty politics that a woman has to go through.
This is the way it is. And this is our family that you represent. Stop continuing to disappoint me. A soldier and a spy. How could I face the noble people of Rome? How could I go amongst the parties and the people with a daughter who was such a disappointment?
Soldier daughter, Mother, or perhaps a dead one. I can't take it anymore.
Really? And what do you see yourself doing?
Going to be used for something.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Not against you.
Oh, my goodness. I wasn't ready to die.
I might be ready to. It's going to be used against someone. I'm a soldier, Mother.
Soldier. Oh, Jupiter! Why did I go wrong?
Publius Licentius seeks out Orantius Salate. They have much to speak of.
Something struck me in the ankle.
I will seek that person out and deal with them forcefully. You there!
Yes?
No more tossing of things at senators.
Sorry.
They are to be respected. Please do so!
Okay. No.
Take care!
Well said.
Orontius.
Ah, yes. Indeed. My name and reputation seem to precede me. Yes? Why does people react as if...
Orontius. One of the men, it has been decreed, shall be engaging in
Duel?
yes.
Yes.
I find this to be unceremoniously
Yes, Publius, yes!
distasteful.
Yes, agreed. I too find it to be distasteful. As distasteful as... I don't know, Things that would be distasteful. Like a rotten plum.
Well, it was fresh a moment ago.
I hope a senator was not injured in that crime scene.
Throw him to the ground! Eruntius!
Yes, yes.
I think you, as the lead of the Praetorian Guard,
Yes, that is me.
you have the Emperor's ear.
Yes, I do, Publius, I do.
Maybe it would be wise to let the Emperor know that such a distasteful event might turn the very people he's putting on such a display for against him. I'm humble plebeian senator. I could not express such an opinion.
Yes, but
But you-
would. Yes, I will. I shall.
I would be forever in your favor had you did.
Did I will. Favor me you shall be.
Meanwhile, there at the villa of Galba, Galba prepares for this glorious event. He's attended to by servants.
You're doing it wrong!
Sorry.
You. Not you. You look like someone else.
No, Majesty.
You remind me of an augur I once knew.
I know no augur.
Me neither! There is no augur! Really? You, my slaves! You will not speak of this, I will tell you my secrets. For today shall fight Flavius and Aulus, and one of them will die. But actually, both of them will die. For here in this box is a knife. And in this box over here, another knife. 2 knives. And so I will decree they must fight each other with these knives. Ah! But both knives are poisoned. Prick, prick. I died too.
And so the sun is now high, and all gather there in the open forum square outside of the Colosseum. And led into the square one Flavius Cassiodorus, the other General Aulus Vitellius, stripped down in bare fighting garb they both are. Excitement in the air, a hum. The Emperor sits overlooking the event, his wife on the other side. The nobility on one side, Origenes there holding his lip.
I'll go over there.
And the drums do beat out a sound of impending doom.
Have that drummer killed! That was very undoom-like!
All citizens welcome to the square. It was deemed that the emperor see that one Flavius Cassiodorus and one General Vitellius be here in the square, and they will meet and fight to a death with these simple weapons.
These seats are good, but they look like ants. They are so far away! Aulus Vitalis.
Emperor, we request but a word of goodbye to each other. All right. You can stab me about 60 times before I'll feel it.
Please, my friend, cut me quick. And cut me fast. All right, that's enough. I didn't call you into the Colosseum to make out with each other. There should be only one true leader of Rome. Only one man suitable for that. And he does not sit up there. We who are about to die salute you.
Await his signal. Okay.
Fight!
And so it began. Thrust after thrust, vein after vein. A good fight was put up, but soon the emperor became tired, for no blood was drawn. And then,
Aulus! I do not want to kill you.
You can't kill me.
I don't want to. There's only one man I want to kill. How's your aim?
As good as my strength.
and through the air the daggers did fly, as if in slow motion, reaching there with their poisoned blades to touch its mark. Did they penetrate his white skin? We do not know, but return next week, and you shall find out in the 5th chapter of The Sword of the Cross.